Now my girlfriend tries to help. Yeah, I have a girlfriend, sorry. Sorry, Ryan. My girlfriend, Ryan says I'm the love of his life. If him and I 69, we would look like a fucked up railroad cart pushed by two homeless guys. Picture it, we're blowing each other. It's like, no, you don't want it? It's cool. No, you don't want it? You don't want it, Beatniks? Fuck you. I'll just think about it later when I'm working it. My dick is little anyway. It's little, it's like not even a dick. I was born like a girl, and my dad was like, "No way, I can't teach a girl no footballing." And then, so they took one of my baby toes and they sewed it on. It's kind of cool. It works. I get athlete's dick every now and then, which is the only athletic part of my body, which is. I'm on like a half sack of dimes.
I don't know if it's like this where you guys live, but it seems like the only industry nowadays in this tough economy where like anybody can get a job is to hold a sign. You guys seen those people? Like, you have a job where you could be replaced by a pole. You should make yourself a valuable employee, you know? Like if you had a job in the 1930s in the Great Depression holding a sign, you would hold the shit out of that sign. You'd be rocking it back and forth, flipping it up in the air, you'd be able to read what it says. These people just stand on the street corner all day just like, wearing pajama pants and insane clown posse hockey jerseys like, that is not gonna get me down to the flea market. That's what's on the sign, an advertisement. Okay. Last time I was in Worcester, I actually saw a guy like doing all this stuff, throwing it up in the air, flipping it around. I had to circle the block because I wanted to see what was on the sign. It said, "Your ad here." This guy was like the Michael Jordan of sign holders, and even he was out of work. So, my girlfriend has a dog, and if we don't close the closet door where we keep the dirty laundry, he goes in there and eats her dirty underwear. He's a cute dog, though. He's one of these little Japanese businessmen. No, that dog is a creep. Creepy dog. People think Tiger Woods was the first great mixed golfer. You guys are forgetting Arnold Palmer is actually half lemonade, half black, so.
Going through a bit of a rough patch with my girlfriend right now because she's off her birth control, so that means I have to wear condoms. That's kind of a big deal for me because I hate condoms. I hate condoms because everything about condoms is always about her pleasure. You know, like it's ribbed for her pleasure, it's flavor, it'll vibrate, whatever. What about men? When is someone going to create a condom that falls off easily for his pleasure? Maybe something that just disintegrates into nothing. I would also be happy with that. Whenever they try to make a condom for guys, it always sucks. Like the Trojan made like the hot sensations condoms, like, oh, it gets hot and creates a tingling sensation. I thought that was a bit counterproductive. My whole adult life I've worn a condom so that my dick did not burn and tingle. I was like, what's wrong? You guys couldn't figure out a way to make it itch too? Oh, thank you, Trojan. This should really come in handy for when I'm role-playing with my girlfriend and trying to pretend that she's a 45-year-old Vietnamese prostitute. Thank you very much. The only condoms I like that I can't even wear are the glow-in-the-dark condoms. My girlfriend gets mad at me because she says I'm not taking sex seriously enough. It's like, yeah, that might be true, but what does she expect from me? Like, what does she expect? I'm gonna wear one of these things in a dark room and not make lightsaber sound effects? Like, that's not gonna happen. She's trying to be all romantic, light candles, like come in the room, like, make me come and the Jedi you will be! So somewhere in the world there has got to be a gay couple that's really into Star Wars that must have epic lightsaber battles on a weekly basis. Luke, who is your daddy? That has to be, that has to exist somewhere on the planet.
See you later, cheeseburger. I'm out of here. While I'm up here, does anyone know how to get tear stains out of everything they own? I tried bleach, but, you know, just drinking bleach. No matter what you order from a fast food restaurant, it will eventually become a number 2. Not a lot of Olive Garden restaurants anymore. So I got in a fight with a manager over the definition of the word unlimited. Apparently it is 32 breadsticks. Recently went to an IKEA for the first time. Didn't like it. IKEA is like a shitty version of Lego for adults. And I figure if I'm putting anything together to live in, it better be a castle. Or a pirate ship. Not a beanbag chair full of meatballs. I think the best form of birth control is Crocs. My father was a roofer. It's actually how I met my mother. He just put something in her drink.
Oh my God.
My doctor says I can get in a little bit of better shape. He says, right now, all I need to be concerned about is getting my heart rate up. And so my girlfriend's trying to help me. Every couple of weeks, she will just tell me she's pregnant. I like this girl that I'm seeing now, although I do miss my ex-girlfriend. My friends used to call us the lovebirds, because we used to shit on cars together. You don't find a girl like that every day. One in a million. This girl I'm seeing now, she's great. Last Halloween, we went to a costume party. We went as a pilgrim and an Indian, and she had this big hat with a stupid silver buckle and a gun. And I just went around offering everyone tech support.
So girls, you always hear about the differences between men and women always like to say, we can do anything as good as a man can do it. And I agree with you, except on one key point. Women are terrible at giving fake handjobs. Now guys, it's kind of animalistic. Like we all, like every man is just born with the ability to just do this. Like when somebody's talking, they just call him bullshit. You're just like, no. Like that's just something that every guy has the ability to do. I was in a bar last weekend, and a girl was talking to her friend, and she just goes, I was seeing this guy the other day, and he was just spouting bullshit, and I was like, come on. I didn't know what to say to her. I was just like, and she kept going, like, more friends would come over, like, did you see Tommy the other night? She's like, yeah, Tommy was just spouting bullshit. I'm like, Tommy, what do you, like, she's starting a lawnmower now. By the end of the night, like, her jerk-off motion had evolved into, like, her as one of the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, she's just dribbling it between her legs. I can't fucking whistle that song. All my friends, they're, like, very concerned about, like, the type of girl that they're gonna end up with. They're like, I want a girl who's, like, classy and loves her family and has a good sense of humor and a good job and, like, a sense of priority. But all of my friends will settle for the girl who comes up to him at last call. And it's like, if you buy me a shot, I'll give you a hand job back by the dumpster and pretend like I like it. I don't need you to start my lawnmower. That's not what I talk about.
But, you know, one thing I'm going to say is it is kind of difficult. I had to teach first grade
That was really tough, and I actually found out that I'm jealous of first graders. I'm envious of every 6-year-old kid in the world right now. For one reason and one reason only. They've actually seen a vagina more recently than I have. Those fucking bastards! First graders give me the respect I deserve, though. You know, I walked into the class for the first time, and they were like, wow, you've got long hair. What's your name? I said, Mr. Nardozza. They went, are you a wizard? It's like, you know what, I'm gonna roll. As a matter of fact, I am. I hail from Waverly Place. I attended Hogwarts Academy. You're like, wow, do you know Harry Potter? Harry Potter doesn't exist, you little punks. I hang out with Gandalf the Grey. Wow, that joke did not pass. Every time. All the little girls, I mean, it was great. First graders, all the little girls loved me. You know, they all had a crush on me. One even proposed marriage. Of course, I didn't accept. But 10 years from now, you know who I'm going to look up. I mean, I've gone 31 years without having sex. What's another 10? I could do that with one hand tied behind my back. Yeah, that's a good segue into this next joke. Some people are like, you know, was it hard to become a teacher? No, it was so easy to become a teacher, and I'm going to give you guys a secret. Online classes. You heard of these things? I mean, online classes, they're fun, they're convenient, right? The best part about taking a course online, you get to masturbate while you're in class. I mean, that is fucking awesome. I mean, I got my master's degree in 18 months because for the first time in my life, I took 6 courses a day. I mean, it was wonderful. It was awesome. I mean, you can't beat that. Well, actually you can. And you probably should, you know?
This next man coming to the stage needs no introduction, except I have to tell you his name, because you probably don't know yet. Good friend of mine, probably one of my best friends in comedy, Mr. Jason Chamberlain.
Ow! You guys notice Dan has a lot of best friends, is in love with a lot of dudes? Kind of weird, right? Yeah. Might have a problem. So like Dan just told you all, my name is Jason Chamberlain. While I'm up here, I'm going to tell you about myself. I'd like to apologize to all of you in advance, because I'm going to go too far and I'm going to tell you too much. I can do this for many reasons. The most important reason, though, the only reason I want you to keep in your minds moving forward is this. I don't plan on seeing any of you fucking people ever again. Let's not kid ourselves. Most of you have forgotten my name. That's fine. The rest of you will forget it shortly. That's fine, too. It's not even real. Forget my name. Just remember this face. Because John Walsh has been looking for an up-to-date photo of this face for 5 years. Now, before I continue, if any of you are nervous, I'll just remind you that was a joke. America's Most Wanted is not hunting me, because of course my criminal record is perfect. 8-0. Wear a hairnet, gloves, leave no fucking witnesses. That's how you do it, people. Record was supposed to be 1-0. There were 7 witnesses. Some math involved in that one. I told that when I first wrote that, I told it in front of a room of about 200 people. And at the end of the show, I was like, you're great, you're great. And they all took these postcards I had put out. And I thought, great, they're gonna, you know, friend request me on Facebook. That's the whole reason comics get this, like, postcards and CDs and shit. And no friend requests. And it was really disappointing. Like, I was like, but I did a good job, I know I did. And then I realized they sent those postcards to America's Most Wanted. Thinking, of course, they were supplying them with an up-to-date photo of this face. So, that was quite the investment in the postcards, it was.